Hold on, I know the hate won't get me or ever stop me. Low key, but that chopper speaking, it talks so loudly. Working.
What's good with y'all, family? It's your man's ZELX. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, man, love yourself. Hey, straight off rip, my disclaimer to this video, this ain't for no white people. This ain't for no Caucasian person. This is the power of black hair, man. This is going to be a two-part video. This is the first part of it for me just giving my straight opinion on it. Then I'm going to do a reaction video on, I couldn't find the video that I first watched that gave me a lot of this information, but I found another one that looks pretty good. It's about a 20-minute video. We're going to do a reaction video to that for the part 2, but we're going to get right into it right now, guys. Let's get it. All right. But let's talk about black hair real quick. Let's talk about the powers of black hair. First, let's go on into the idea. I'm trying to make this video quick, so if I'm talking fast, I'm turned. I feel good, bruh. It's the first day of November, man. We almost to December, and hopefully December's tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that greater sense, bro. I'm feeling the greater level of consciousness. I feel like everyone else is starting to get this higher level of consciousness and higher level of understanding. But let me get right into it, bro. All right, so when you talk about black hair, bro, first understand from the inner side, you have to understand that black hair is alive, bro. You have to understand that this motherfucker come up. Like, just look at my shit. I've been locked for 3 weeks, bro. 2 weeks. Like a little bit over 2 weeks. And look naturally like how my hair, it naturally comes up. And when I have my shit in the fro, it naturally comes up. You gotta understand, your hair is alive. Your hair is alive, bro. It's literally a living organism, bro, just like you. And it's part of you, bro. You have to understand that. Now, when you start looking into that, you say, all right, your hair is alive. Well, why does it do that, bro? Well, you have to understand that your hair has melanin just like we have melanin in our skin, baby. Just like we are nature babies. Our hair is just like us, bro, has melanin. Now, what does melanin do? I came across this information the other day, bro, on this video, and it was talking about how melanin conducts electricity, bro. Like, it conducts electricity. So when you get into the idea that melanin conducts electricity, now in this video I was watching about melanin, it was talking about how it conducts electricity and how they've been using that to, they found out that basically if we want to make all the technology advances that we want, that we need to use melanin because it's the most natural resource that built in-house. That's another video because that's more on that white supremacy shit and why they treat us like how they do. But understand, so your hair, we've already went over the idea that through genetics, memories are passed. So once you get past that idea, that you can go look at my other videos to talk about that. But you have to understand that through our genetics, memories are passed from the past generations, past people who were slaves, who were kings, who were queens, who were warrior spirits, people who were banging out with the Europeans and the Arabs and stuff to try to get our people back. You have to understand, like, all the history that we done went through, it's all up here, bruh. It's all up here. And so you have to understand from your inner self, bruh. A person like me, like going to the slave letter, bruh. Remember I was telling you, I'm in the house today, bruh, so I could just show y'all the book today. Hold up. But right here, bruh, this is it right here. Go get this book, bruh. If you melanated, even if you Caucasian and you watching this video for some reason right now, go get this book right there. That's going to teach you a lot about this, bruh, because you start looking at everything. And once you start getting the information and all like the pieces of the puzzle, you start putting shit together and you're like, man, this is just crazy. So back to my idea of melanin and how memories are passed through genetics. You have to understand, if memories are passed through genetics, you have to understand this melanin hair is a power. You feel me? All this is knowledge. And so you have to understand that most people who are spiritual most likely have locks, most likely have dreads. You can get on all the spiritual YouTubers, bro. Most of us have locks. Most of us have our hair braided. Most of us have the afro out, you feel me, our natural hair. You have to understand and understand, bro, that natural feel is the first level to getting in touch with yourself, bro. You have to understand, if you ever trying to preserve your self-love for yourself, then you have to wear your natural hair out, bro. Now that I got this shit locked, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I love my hair, but I kind of wish I would have just freeformed, bro. Like on everything, bro, because where I live in the town and like the city I live in and all that shit, bro, I don't care about my job enough to let them decide if I'm going to have my hair freeform and if they like that or not. You have to understand that these are literally psychic powers, bro. You can get downloads from space from it. You have to understand that melanin is from space. Think about how the branches of the plants, they stick out like this. They stick out like that. Little things like this. When my hair is in a natural afro, what does it resemble? A bush. Now, you have to understand, ask any person who had dreads and then cut their dreads off how they felt after on everything. Or ask a person who had their natural hair for years on years and then cut their natural hair off. Ask them how they feel. They're going to tell you they felt different and they felt like a whole new person. Whether that was good or bad, it's defined by them. But I know whenever I used to have to cut, like when I was, it's crazy because when I was a child, bruh, I was a child. Ever since I was a jit, I always wanted to grow my hair out. I always wanted to have locks naturally since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, bro, that's all I wanted was locks. But my mother wouldn't allow me to have locks. And the more and more I started thinking and meditating on different things and how my life has just went and how life is. And in my inside mind, I always felt like the reason she didn't want me to have locks was because of some bigger alternative motive. Maybe she didn't want me to get taken advantage of because the white man fears the man with locks. Because if you look into all these ideas, bruh, back to this, I'm putting this back here on here so y'all can actually take a screenshot of it and actually get this book for yourself, bruh, and read it. Read it. If you really want to understand where I'm coming from with this information right now, what I'm about to say, you got to read that book and understand it, bruh. So you have to understand, bruh, in slave times, bruh, they wanted to break us, bruh. They wanted to make sure that our knowledge was exempt, anything like that. So you have to understand, these dreads are constant knowledge. They're constant information from the solar system, from the sun, from Horus, from from Ra, from Horus, from the different deities. You gotta understand that these are all giving us downloads, giving us thoughts, helping us through this matrix, this paradox that we live in, this horrible world. But you have to understand, when they make at workplaces, how many melanated beings could go in the corporate workplace, which is the white man's world, and have locks, let alone have freeform locks? You have to understand this, bruh. America wants you to go into European society. That's that civil rights shit. That civil rights didn't mean nothing, bruh. You gotta think this, bruh. People like Louis Farrakhan teaches people that, oh, brother, you can't have your hair long. Your hair, you better do something with that. You better get da-da-da-da-da. That's where all this idea that our parents and our grandparents had this idea that we couldn't lock our hair like that, bruh. And I bet if some motherfuckers would have had their hair locked 25 years ago, 30 years ago, I bet we'd be in a way better position than we are right now, bruh. But that's another term of time. I bet I'm getting off subject, but I don't care, bruh. This is off the top. Another thing, you have to understand, bruh, and understand, bruh, when you meditate with these locks, bruh, these motherfuckers help you get more in tune, bruh. Easier to, I don't even know how to describe. I'm just speaking from my experience from having my hair locked I've had my natural hair for 2 years now. Nah, a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere in there. But I just had my hair locked for like 3 weeks. But I had braids all the other times, bruh. So I understand, since from I locked my hair and my meditation, I feel like my meditation is getting stronger, which I have been using crystals and everything like that. But as far as my thoughts and what I'm getting from the universe during my meditations, it's crazy. The image,
The higher level of stream of consciousness you will get, I promise you. My melanated brother, lock your hair. Grow your hair out. My melanated sister, lock your hair. Grow it out. Let it stay loose. Do something with it. But don't conform to these European societies that are trying to take away our culture from us, trying to take away our higher level of conscious. Understand that when people go to the military, they make you cut your hair off because they don't want people to be spiritually in tune. When you go to jail, they make you cut your hair off because they don't want you to be spiritually in tune. If you work in corporate America, most of the time, like I just said, they will make you cut your hair off. Especially if it's not like this, if it's not kind of like situated, something like that, and it's like freeform locks or something, yeah, they're going to make you cut your hair off. Because they want you to conform to the European society of quote unquote looking nice, quote unquote looking attainable. But whose attainable is it? Because this is my culture, this is my history. So your attainable and my attainable are two different things. How can we judge two people by two different spread cultures? But they'll never put you onto mindsets like that. because that's too much of a power mindset. And we're supposed to all be the same. But how are we all the same? Life is great. We are the melanated being. We are the only 100% human. You can look it up. It's science. It's funny. But understand that, bruh. We don't have the 6% Neanderthal gene. We are 100% human. If you're melanated, you are 100% human. Understand that and understand that, bruh. Your beauty is natural, bruh. Love yourself. Elevate. But man, like I said, this is just part one. I'm about to get into part two, a little reaction video that lets you guys get into some more information. I think she has like way more information as far as like the quote unquote research, when all this research is up here. But understand this, bruh. Just start loving yourself, start elevating, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, man, love yourself. ZELX gone. Gone.